Getting this match. About to get started here. Are you guys hyped? Oh, it looks like we're already off. Perfect timing. All right. So, tonight for our first match. First match on the restream, actually. There's been one match already today. We had Linkfan versus Noak. The results of that have not been recorded, though, so I don't know who won. If anyone knows, let me know. But yeah, second match of the day, I suppose. ShadowFrost versus JustNymph. Noak lost. Okay, I'm gonna record that real quick. Not really a surprise, I must admit. Ooh, that's interesting. Samurai Man and Linkfan are gonna face off. Well, anyway. Let's talk about this match. Wait, he was on... Oh, wow. That's actually, That's actually interesting that it was that close. I guess I underestimated Noak, or I overestimated Linkfan. Linkfan's a really old boy player, so... You know, that's why, in my mind, he had the clear advantage, but maybe, maybe he wasn't quite as well practiced as I would have thought.
Power up complete. Thank you for
but yeah.
this item from
Hey, I don't know everything. That's cool. Close races are always nice, even though it can be heartbreaking when something goes wrong at the end. But anyway, these two guys, this is kind of a similar matchup, actually, with ShadowFrost having been playing this game for quite a while longer than JustNymph. So ShadowFrost started playing in December of 2015, at least that's when he submitted his first PB. He probably started playing a little bit before that, since his first submitted time was a 127. Currently his PB is a 120.56, and then we have JustNymph, who started playing November 2017. So he's only been playing for a few months and has been increasing their PB really, really quickly. And right now, he has a 125.21. So yeah, about 5 minutes of time between these two players. I think a big factor in this race is going to be how well practiced ShadowFrost is, because he speedruns a lot of different games. Looking at his profile right now, we've got Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, Mario Odyssey, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Sonic, Adventure 2 Battle, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and Luigi's Mansion. So, a whole laundry list worth of games. And ShadowFrost actually also having participated in the last 602, where he came in 4th, I believe. So yeah, definitely all around a solid speedrunner. Looks like JustNymph had a little bit of trouble on Airstrip. That'll only lose them a few seconds. Not too big of a deal. But yeah, JustNymph. Oh, that's actually interesting. ShadowFrost is Dutch, and JustNymph is Belgian. So we've got a Benelux face-off here. But yeah, JustNymph only has Super Mario Sunshine on their profile, so probably their first speed game. So yeah, we've got the more experienced person who runs a lot of games versus the new person who only runs one game. Should be interesting, should be interesting. I just realized that I forgot to tweet.
Court is now in session.
As you are no doubt aware, someone has been sexually
I was so wrapped up in the whole commentary business. Whoop. Trying to do my best to tweet out the matches on the Sunshine Community Twitter. Alright.
Can one not be aware of what is going on?
Yeah, we're gonna have to sit through the cutscenes a little bit here. First speed game indeed. Oh, nice. We've got JustNymph listening in on the commentary. Both of these players playing on Italian. So for those of you who are unaware, there are 3 main versions of this game. There's the Japanese version, the American version, and the European version. And both of these guys are playing on the European version of the game. So as you can see from the subtitles, they are both playing with the Italian language setting, and that's because that's the fastest one on the European version of the game. So there's 5 languages on the European or PAL version. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. So yeah, 5 languages on PAL: English, Spanish, German, Italian, French. Was that 5? I think that was 5. I can't count. Anyway, bunch of languages. Italian has faster text, or the fastest text, I should say. So, based on, like, okay, let me back up a little bit here. The English version and the European version, or the PAL version, I said English, American version. NTSCU, hello. NTSCU, which is the American version, and PAL are pretty much exactly the same. All the gameplay elements are the same. So the only difference is that you can actually switch languages. But the English language is a lot slower, which makes the NTSCU version about 15 seconds slower than the PAL version. And then finally we have the Japanese version, which has some minor gameplay differences, nothing major though. It has slightly faster loading times, and it has faster text than English, but not as fast as Italian. And when you weigh those things off against each other, Japanese and PAL actually end up being about the same speed. We don't know like the exact time difference to the frame, because in this game that's insanely hard to determine. But yeah, the versions are extremely close. That's why you're going to be seeing in this tournament, most of the players are going to be playing on either PAL or Japanese. But NTSCU is still a perfectly valid version. You're losing about 15 seconds, which is not a huge deal. All right, we are in the plaza. Let's see what we got here. All right, we're seeing pretty classic movement here from both players. Nobody going over the buildings, and nobody getting messed up by any blobs. That's good. Dude, I had some nice sync going on there with both of the piranhas, like swinging in opposite directions with their heads. I like it. Advanced choreography with polluted piranhas. ShadowFrost grabbing that pineapple, but not sure what to do with it, while JustNymph decides to just go for a swim. I can respect that decision.
Princess, look!
Yeah, there's like a few points here early in the run where you're kind of waiting around for stuff to happen. So different players tend to have like different little things that they do. That one in particular, there's a lot of funny stuff you can do. You can like throw fruits into the goop. You can try to make some of the piantas go down into the goop. You can just kind of swag out with some movement, or you can go for a swim. Whatever your heart desires. Alright, let's see what kind of Shadow Mario quick kills we're going to see here. ShadowFrost attempts the quick kill, but does not get it, and that is going to cost him. Because his Shadow Mario is going to be going the long way around, so JustNymph is now in the lead. You'll be seeing here they're going to be waiting for Shadow Mario, and JustNymph Shadow Mario is going to arrive much sooner, because he went back the way he came from, whereas ShadowFrost's Shadow Mario, Double Shadow, went all the way around the block of buildings. And that was because he took too long beating him. Basically, if he gets beyond a certain point in his path, then he will go the other way. So yeah, that's one of the things that make that quick kill kind of risky, is if you mess it up, there's a high chance that your Shadow Mario is going to end up going the wrong way around. And that loses like 10 seconds, which is not very nice. Alright, let's see what kind of spiders we got here. So this spider, his position in the lake here is pretty much random. I say pretty much, there's like a few different positions he can be in. It's not like he can be literally anywhere. Looks like they both got a good spider. That's very nice. JustNymph taking a little bit of time there to set up for the windmill wall kicks. ShadowFrost getting up there a bit faster, but he does go a bit far to the right. But he definitely caught up a little bit there. So yeah, windmill wall kicks are one of those things that beginners tend to have issues with, which is kind of what you saw there, with Nymph just taking a little bit of extra time to set them up. The wall kicks there are weird because you're wall kicking off of two surfaces that aren't exactly parallel to each other, so you can kind of get catapulted out to the right, which we saw on ShadowFrost's screen. But yeah, his overall setup for it was still faster. Which ended up saving some time over Nymph there. This boss fight's very basic. You stand to PD's side, you wait for him to turn towards you, and then you spray water into his mouth, and then you ground pound him. There's a tiny optimization here called arrowless. When PD falls over, there's an arrow that appears over his belly button. And if you ground pound him at like exactly the right time, then that arrow actually doesn't appear. So you actually saw Nymph doing it there on the third hit. I don't know about any of the other hits. I wasn't paying enough attention, I suppose. Oh yeah, both of them picking up that shine. Nymph did have a little bit of trouble with the fight there. He had to spray PD a second time on one of the hits, so that's why ShadowFrost managed to take the lead again. But provided that both of these players don't do anything crazy, we're gonna see another mix-up in a few levels, because we're gonna be fighting PD Piranha again. And that fight, yeah, that fight's kind of infamous. It's very luck-based, so if either player gets unlucky, then they might be losing a lot of time there. Or if one of the players gets really lucky, then they might be on a good run all of a sudden. Alright. Just gonna see basic Bianco 3 strats. There's a slightly faster strat in this level, but it's a lot harder, so you're gonna see very few players actually going for it. I died on it in my race. Alright, both of these guys doing the regular Bianco 3. Can't say I blame them. Fast Bianco 3 sucks. Alright, next polluted piranha fight, the third one by my count. This guy has two phases. Once you beat him, another one will just pop up. So 6 hits in total. Not really anything special about that, but there is something special about this fight. And that is the fact that there is a... people tend to call it a cutscene skip, but you're not really skipping the cutscene. It's called travel skip, and you're skipping travel time. So at the end of this fight, you're going to be seeing these players turn around and go back to Bianco Hills as quickly as they can. And then they're going to enter it. Let's watch ShadowFrost do it now. It's going to enter Bianco Hills right before this cutscene starts. And as you can see, Mario got warped back to where that plant was. So normally, after that cutscene finishes, you would be over there and you would have to go all the way back to Bianco Hills. But because you already entered the level, you don't have to travel back. That's why it's called travel skip. The faster Bianco 3 strat is only about 0.2 of a second faster, maybe 0.3 if you do it really well. So yeah, it's not worth it for the majority of players because it just increases the risk by a lot. Alright, Bianco 4 is one of the more technical shines in this game. Red coin shines tend to be very technical, because they really mix up the movement, because you have to go all over the place. Looking pretty textbook from ShadowFrost. Didn't do the most crazy strats, but he didn't have any trouble with them either. That's definitely a good thing. Let's see how Nymph does here. Oh, he misses that rope. Okay, that was a smooth backup. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that's not the first time that's happened to Nymph. I definitely usually don't back it up that quickly when that happens to me. Goes for the momentum spin on that roof there, but unfortunately gets a bad angle and bonks. That's a pretty difficult strat to do consistently. I'm surprised he's going for it, actually. Oh yeah, some of you might be wondering why you would even go back to Bianco immediately in the first place. Like, why not just go into Rico when you're there? And that has to do with routing, which I will get into a bit more after we get out of Bianco 5. But ShadowFrost is currently in. So Bianco 5 is the PD rematch. And like I said, this shine is very luck-based, so we're going to be using a poink here. That's what these little guys are called. To wake up PD. There we go, first try. And now PD is going to rampage, quote-unquote rampage, in the village. And there's a bunch of different spots that he can go to. But which spots he'll decide to go to is random. And some of the spots are very close to each other, some of them are very far away, and sometimes he just kind of can't decide where to go, so to speak. So he just flies over the village without going to a spot where you can actually fight him, and that loses a lot of time. Right, ShadowFrost is actually getting the best first spot here. Not the best on average, I would say, but it's the first spot for the best pattern. So if PD basically keeps moving alongside the wall here, that's the best possible pattern, but it's very rare. Okay, as you can see, he decided to go the other way. And this is very bad when he goes over here. He'll usually turn back around, but this time he doesn't. He turns towards the river. So there's about I want to say a third chance now that the third spot he gets is very good. And the other two are going to be bad, so the odds are definitely against ShadowFrost here. Now, Nymph actually got a fairly good first spot. So PD is going to go over the wall now for him, that's guaranteed. But usually when he goes over the wall very early in the fight, it ends up being a good pattern. It's rare for it to be a bad pattern. Oh, he does actually go to the worst spot from there on. Oh, that's funny. Both of their PDs go into the same spot. So yeah, ShadowFrost got a bad third spot. Nymph got a bad second spot, unfortunately, which means that his third spot is likely to be bad as well. ShadowFrost not getting a tornado there. Tornadoes are also random, so on the first fight, you can avoid PD ever attacking you just by going to the side of him. In this fight, that doesn't work. He either attacks you or he doesn't whenever he falls down. And Nymph's getting a good third spot, so that's nice for him. I'm thinking his pattern is probably a little better than ShadowFrost's was, but there's still a sizable gap between the two of them. About half a minute. Well, yeah, that's going to be it for Bianco. So, as you can see, when ShadowFrost exited the level there was a little cutscene showing like, oh, there's something over here now. And those cutscenes, they last 3 seconds, and they happen every time you leave a level when there's something going on in the plaza. So that's the reason why you want to go here straight away, is to just get rid of this event, so that the event cutscenes don't play anymore after you complete a shine. So with every event cutscene that you skip, you save 3 seconds, and that is why you go back to Bianco early on, because you would be able to go here easier from Bianco compared to from Rico. So it's just faster overworld routing. We're actually not going to be going back to Bianco until a lot later in the run, because it also works out better with the routing and with the event cutscenes. So yeah, that Pelota Piranha fight doesn't have a whole lot to it. After you defeat him, though, you can try to carry some speed into the cutscene while the lighthouse is appearing in order to get closer to the level entrance. But that's about the only interesting thing about it. But now for something completely different. Gelato Beach Skip. Let's see, ShadowFrost going for the very old school coconuts. He could have just grabbed that other one. I'm pretty sure it would have been the same speed, but it's fine. Alright, so we're going to be using that coconut to get a shine, and normally you're not supposed to be able to get this shine. This is the episode 8 shine for Gelato Beach. So, yeah, I wouldn't be able to get that for a long time, but use that coconut just right. As you can see, you can go through the roof of that hut and hover straight onto it Very solid Gelato Beach skip. Let's see if JustNymph can repeat that performance. Yeah, this is the biggest skip in the run. If you don't do this, you would have to play all of the episodes up to and including episode 7 in Gelato, and now you only have to play episode 1. You get the 8th shine, but you do it in episode 1, and then you go straight to episode 7. And Nymph also getting first try Gelato Beach skip. Very impressive. So yeah, as you can see, ShadowFrost going straight to Shadow Mario now. Gets a backflip there, which is unfortunate. We had a race yesterday where both of the players messed up the Shadow Mario. Let's see if that happens again. But yeah, this provides a nice segue into explaining what the goal is in this category. So it's any percent, it's beat the game as fast as possible. And in order to unlock the final boss fight, you have to defeat Shadow Mario in each of the worlds. So you don't actually have to play all of the other shines in the world, you only need to defeat Shadow Mario, and JustNymph gets Shadow Mario quickly there. Yes, this is live, Crucial Pain. So yeah, you just need to defeat all of the Shadow Marios. Now, normally, you would have to play episode 1 through 6 in order to get to episode 7, but with Gelato Beach skip, you can skip all of that. Bianco Hills 1 was also skipped, if any of you noticed. The first shine completed in Bianco was Bianco 2, and that is actually an intended shine skip. That was put in by the developers. That's the only intended shine skip in the game, though. There is going to be one more shine skip in this run, which is also unintended, and that one is a lot crazier still than Gelato Beach skip, and it's going to be in Pinna Park, which is the world after this one. But yeah, Pianta 1, a little bit of RNG here once again. These chomplets, whenever they reach a split in the path that they are walking on, they can choose to go in either direction. So that ends up with a grand total of 12 different patterns. So this shine tends to be a bit problematic for newer players. ShadowFrost getting very good luck there. Looks like Nymph had some trouble with the first guy, so now this second guy is in a pretty bad spot. See how well he can back this up. Did that go in the water? It looks like it did not. That's unfortunate. Aim was slightly off. This should be it, though. Okay, now he needs to find the third guy. Got bad luck on the third guy. Normally, but I think given the pattern that he got, it's not that big of a deal. Or, not the pattern, I should say. The mistakes that he made it not really matter. But yeah, ordinarily, bad RNG there loses about 5 seconds compared to the to how most people play the level with the best luck. So it's not a huge deal if you play well. It's a few seconds. It matters at high level, but you know what doesn't. All right, Piantissimo, kind of a breather shine. The only optimization in this level is actually getting to Piantissimo as fast as possible. How quickly you beat the race doesn't matter at all. And Piantissimo is very slow. He takes 27 seconds to finish. Well, you see, ShadowFrost just did it in 15. So, plenty of time to spare. JustNymph bonking at the end of the bridge. That's unfortunate. That bridge... Oh, that bridge. All of the planks of that bridge are all individual segments, so the game can do some weird stuff. You can actually fall straight through that bridge if you get unlucky, and you can bonk on it pretty easily. It's definitely not the best piece of environment in this game. But it is what it is. We have to deal with it. Yeah, if you water slide on the bridge, then you will always fall through it. But you can switch to the hover nozzle and then hold R, and then as soon as you start falling through it, Mario will hover, and then you won't fall through. It's a quick tip there for me. Alright, damage boost in Pianta 3, looking pretty much flawless. Very solid by ShadowFrost here. I would take that Pianta 3, to be quite honest. Let's see how Nymph does. I'm curious if Nymph is also going to go for that strat, or if he's going to be going onto the right mushroom. So there's 2 mushrooms you can go to here at the start. You can go either to the left or the right one. Ooh, he walks into the goop. Okay, he opts to turn back around. That was wise. Tries to get a blob, and it works. Okay, nice. That backup with the blob is kind of luck-based, because you need a blob to appear and actually attack Mario. He has a little bit of trouble on the box, so decides to take the long way around. Oh! Don't jump off. Okay. Didn't die. That's the most important thing. Dying in this level loses about 45 seconds. You really don't want that to happen. ShadowFrost gets the middle pattern here on Chain Chomp. There's 3 different patterns, left, middle, and right. Left is fastest, and right is slowest, and the middle is in the middle. Hey, what do you know? Let's see if he gets Chain Skip. Yes, very good. So this shine is one of those that's like really different from the way that you're supposed to play it casually, because you're practically making the Chomp go into the bath himself. You're doing very little to actually guide him in there. The way that works is that the Chain Chomp will always try to run away from Mario. So by standing in the right positions, you can pretty much guide him all the way up to the pool. And then with Chain Skip, which I mentioned, you just grab the chain at exactly the right time, and then the Chain Chomp will just immediately go into the pool. So, wait, I was actually wrong. ShadowFrost got the left pattern, which is the fastest pattern. JustNymph got the middle pattern. I just realized that. Alright, ShadowFrost's about to do Yoshi Skip, which is another decently big skip, saving around 40 seconds, because you don't need Yoshi for this level. Normally, that yellow goop that you see there, the wavy stuff, you need Yoshi to get that out of the way, but you just gotta walk into this tree and then hover into this mushroom, and hey, presto, what do you know? We're in the secret. Don't even question how that works. It's Super Mario Sunshine. Walls aren't real. We're gonna be seeing a bit more of that later on. I'm expecting, at the very least, ShadowFrost will be doing Honey Skip. And we'll also be seeing more busted walls in early Yoshi Go Around. Alright, no early cycle for ShadowFrost. So on this platform, if that guy had been opposite to the spot where he was, you can actually throw to the shine immediately, and that's called early cycle, and it saves a lot of time, but it's luck-based. And it's pretty uncommon, so it's a very big deal when speedrunning this game. So there is some potential here for JustNymph to save some time if he gets early cycle. Deciding to pick up a safety life there. Can't say I blame him. It's like 2 very easy 1-ups that you can pick up right before Yoshi Skip. Ooh, okay. JustNymph looks like has not mastered the backwards hover yet, so unfortunately misses the skip and decides to exit level as opposed to trying to back it up or taking a death. It is actually possible to get back up after falling down, but it's decently challenging. Yeah, it's too bad, because this race was pretty close. Now the gap's going to be a lot bigger, unfortunately. ShadowFrost goes into Pianta 6. This is one of the most technical levels in the game. There's a lot of optimization to be done here. The IL world record here is 2:18 left on the in-game timer, which is insane. Let's see what kind of time ShadowFrost will be able to get here, as we keep our eye on JustNymph, who's trying to do Yoshi Skip for the second time. And again, does not get it. This is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay, ShadowFrost bonking there on that ledge. Getting up to that ledge is actually pretty hard with a spin jump dive. Looks like he will not be getting a 2-minute time, which is generally what people aim for. But yeah, it's not easy to do. This level is pretty much an exercise in risk versus reward. You have to be very careful when selecting what strats you do, because some stuff is like, yeah, it can save you some time, but is it worth taking the risk? Because pretty much anything hard in this level will lose you a bunch of time if you mess it up. Alright, JustNymph gets Yoshi's Kit. Third time. Lucky. Let's see if he can get the fabled early cycle. That'd be pretty hyped to see in a race. Ooh, that's actually bad luck landing on that guy. Because you need this guy to be close to that edge of the platform where he is right now in order to make the throw. And if you jump on him, then that delays him. But it looks like JustNymph's luck wasn't good enough for early cycle anyway, so nothing really lost there. ShadowFrost wraps up Pianta Village by defeating Shadow Mario. Does not get him as quickly as he could have. But it was a decent quick kill. Getting him like a little bit over the fence is not that big of a deal. It looks like we may be getting a second commentator in here. We'll give that a few minutes. Alright, ShadowFrost, Honey Skip, let's go. More broken walls. Just go right inside of that building. So right here, we're actually standing on a shadow. If you're not standing on the shadow, then you would die. So now we're going to go off of the shadow and sidestep into the cutscene. And unfortunately, ShadowFrost did not do the skip correctly. So he activated the cutscene. Is going to lose him some time. So the intended thing to happen there is that you die at the same time as you enter the cutscene. And then you actually skip the cutscene, saving about 15 seconds for most players. Which is pretty big. Definitely nothing to sniff at. But yeah, it's not the easiest of skips. It's pretty strict in terms of the lineup and the timing that you have to do, so it can be easily missed. Let's see how JustNymph does here on Pianta 6. Looks like his strats are a lot more basic than Frosty's, but maybe that will be to his advantage. Oh, that was actually good. That overslide on top of that platform. Doesn't look like he's going to be beating ShadowFrost's time though. And ShadowFrost, if you notice, exiting area here, and that's actually another cutscene skip. So for some reason, these cutscenes in this level, if you exit area, oh, they got the same time. They both got a 49. JustNymph's was a little bit better though. ShadowFrost definitely didn't get a 98. But yeah, you skip the cutscenes if you exit area while entering them in this level, which is very interesting. And we're going to see that again at the end of the level. And just as I say that, our second commentator has joined. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I was playing a little bit of Odyssey from the World. How is the race going?
It was very close until Yoshi skip. JustNymph unfortunately had to exit area twice.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You may want to introduce yourself to the viewers, by the way.
Sure. I am Samurai Man, one of the known runners for Super Mario Sunshine. Pleasure to meet you all.
This guy's a legend, I'm telling you.
Don't go ahead of yourself.
Alright, so ShadowFrost wrapping up that Pinna 1 fight. Got the second cutscene skip, no problem. And Nymph wrapping up Pianta Village. So right now there is about 2 minutes between these guys. And that is not insurmountable.
I won't say it's still not a big lead, but it sure is a big lead still for ShadowFrost. Because, well, there's still less than an hour left of the run, so anything can happen.
Still more than half of the run, so if you look at it like that. And he just saved some time because he didn't go for Honey Skip, whereas ShadowFrost went for Honey Skip but failed it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Does ShadowFrost go for Iwachi?
I would assume that both of them are going to go for EYG. I'm pretty sure ShadowFrost will. I assume JustNymph goes for it as well.
Which saves like roughly a minute. But it can be really, really scary because there's a possibility for a soft lock, or you have to just force yourself to restart the stage and do it again.
Yeah, we saw that in some of the races already with runners having issues getting EYG. It can definitely be risky, but the reward is very high. I mean, a minute, that's a lot of time save, of course.
That definitely is a lot for a one shine skip.
So yeah, ShadowFrost finishing up Pinna 2. The secret itself, fairly straightforward. You just need to wait for the blocks to appear. Entering the secret is Mole Skip. Point that out when JustNymph gets to it. You're supposed to kind of fight a mini-boss there, but you can just skip it by kind of jumping into him. Because the load zone for the secret is already there. Hello.
The secret itself, it has a cycle with the platforms, so no matter how fast you go, you still have to wait for those platforms.
Yeah. All right, let's see how ShadowFrost does here. Another red coin level. These are always technical.
All of the red coin levels are pretty technical. He's going for one of the older strats.
Old school strats. I mean, the boat strats are pretty difficult, so...
Yeah, like these strats are like nowhere easy at all.
Yeah. Alright, looking clean here.
Very nice. The boats are in a cycle as well. No RNG on it.
Alright, yeah, that was a textbook old school Pinna 3. Very good.
Yeah.
Looks like Nymph gets about the same speed of Mecha Bowser fight as ShadowFrost did. Does not mess up the cutscene skip. Very important. That cutscene is like 2 minutes long. You definitely don't want to watch it.
Yeah, it talks about Shadow Maria being Mini Bowser Jr.
Yeah, that's like the plot bomb of this game. That's like where all the story is in that one cutscene.
Yeah, and after that, there's like no more cutscenes until the end of the game.
Yeah. Not in the speedrun, at least.
Yeah, not at least in speedrunning. So Nymph is starting Pinna Park 2, ShadowFrost in Pinna Park 4. And
yeah, so ShadowFrost will be trying to ground pound all of these guys as quickly as he can so that all 5 of the cutscenes that play happen after each other. And Nymph gets Mole Skip there, or he doesn't. Ah, that was really close.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So what ShadowFrost is doing, he's setting up himself. Unfortunately, he's not gonna get it. It's too late for that. The cutscene starts after you ground pound the burst of the enemy, but it starts a little bit after the flowers are grown up. Then he has to watch this and ground pound the other ones. You can one cycle, but you got the 2 cycle, unfortunately.
Yeah, so each extra cycle loses about 10 seconds under normal circumstances.
It's interesting to see everybody having their own setup for that one cycle.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many different strats for that level. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, and it's all on the movement. How you do your movement and manipulate them to ground pound on you.
Yeah, because the Koopas are actually pretty predictable. Like, you can manipulate them pretty consistently, but there's just so many different ways to do it.
Exactly. So the one
question in chat real quick. There is such a thing as a Sunshine Randomizer, but all it does is randomize the level order, so it's not very interesting.
I haven't heard of that yet.
Yeah, it's one of the new cheat codes. I think Noki Doki made a... he made a fast code generator, yeah, but there's also a random level code.
Alright. So ShadowFrost picked episode 3, and episode 4 is recorded to do for Iwachi skip, because Yoshi is unlocked after Pinna Park 4 for some reason. In every level as well, actually.
He doesn't know where the papaya is. He thinks it's farther back than it actually is.
Yeah,
okay, finally finds it.
those spots are can be hard to find sometimes, especially with spam spraying.
Alright, so he's gonna need a purple Yoshi here because we're gonna be needing a platform moving forward. And then the papaya is to make Yoshi orange because Yoshi needs to be orange to actually enter the secret. So you're gonna be taking these two enemies here, he's gonna be spraying one of them. And you can go through walls with the use of these platforms. So that's what he's gonna be doing here. Ooh, that was close.
That's a close, but I think
Oh!
Stu is dead.
Yeah, his Stu died.
When it goes out of bounds, it doesn't know what to do, so it just dies there. I assume it's because there's like no ground below out of bounds.
Yeah, there's no ground. When they go through the wall, there's no ground below them, and then they just die. That's just how the game handles it.
You can manipulate them to like. You can manipulate Stu, however, like fly left way, so it doesn't go right way, which is the out of bounds direction. So you can do that. You can manipulate their movement, but that's kinda unfortunate for Frost, so he has to take the new ones. Hopefully it doesn't kill them, so otherwise he has to restart the level to get Stu's back.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate, and this is kind of the thing about this trick. You can do it in this episode, but these guys are hard to deal with. You can also do it in episode 5, where you have the bigger Stus, and those are easier to deal with. But it looks like ShadowFrost gets it now, and he stored that fruit with a glitch called fruit storage, which is not on the Japanese version of the game, but it is on the PAL and the American versions. So now Yoshi is orange, and he'll be able to enter the secret. But he lost a lot of time there, so this is a good opportunity for JustNymph to catch up.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
So JustNymph also getting a 2-cycle here.
Unfortunately, just one guy was alive there, which can happen a lot when you add them 1 cycle.
Alright, over the top to the right by ShadowFrost. Very nice.
This secret used to have 3 different ways to go over the top and below the top. Below the top, actually. The swag
There's over the top to the left, over the top to the right, over the top to the middle, and there's under the top.
Yeah. Has to be at least one under the top.
Under the top is really swag, though.
It is swag. You need to do 2 wall jumps, then you ground pound on one of the platforms. It's like same speed.
We've seen someone do it. I forget who, but someone did it in the tournament.
Oh, in a tournament already?
Yeah, it may have been one of the Japanese players, because they tend to be pretty fond of that strat.
Yeah, they most likely do that. None of the outside of Japan, I haven't seen anyone attempting it that much.
Yeah, I've seen people like do it for fun, but not like as a serious strat. Alright, JustNymph also going for 3YG. This is actually surprising to me. I would have expected him to go for 5YG. Let's see if he can get it first try. ShadowFrost.
Sorry, go ahead.
ShadowFrost having a little bit of trouble with that Shadow Mario, but picks him up.
Is the Stu alive still?
Oh, the same thing happened to him. Oh no, it's there!
It's alive!
Yes!
He got stopped a little bit there.
Yeah, the Stu attacked him, so that's why it took long to get through the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of them had some trouble actually getting the clip.
I was scared for a second when he jumped.
Yeah, that's definitely a sketchy thing to do. So
basically, what happens? Sorry, go ahead.
You explain it.
Okay, so what for you need the platform? It's because there's a dead zone over the whole area. So if he in a Nymph's case, if he jumped there and left off the platform, he would have been stuck there, which can cause you to soft lock or die there. One of those can happen. And that's why it's really scary part of the run, because it's a dead zone, and if you soft lock or basically like soft lock yourself mid-air, you cannot pause your game, and you cannot pause mid-air, so your run is basically over if you haven't saved before that attempt.
Yeah, if you get stuck in the air, then you basically have to restart. You won't be able to finish the game unless you've saved.
It's only because you cannot pause mid-air. They made it sure you cannot pause mid-air.
JustNymph's PB is 125.21.
What is Frost's PB?
Frosty's PB is 120.56.
Not a whole big difference.
Yeah, it's 4.5 minutes. And JustNymph has been improving very quickly. He started playing in November.
A question in the chat, is it possible to skip that squid cutscene? As far as we know, there's no way to skip the cutscene for it. The only skippable cutscenes are Mecha Bowser fights and Honey skip.
Yeah, and the eel cutscene skip, if you count that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. For some reason, if you try to skip like BD cutscene in a Bianco Hills 2 or 1 by doing the same thing like for Mecha Brutal, been playing too much Odyssey. Mecha Bowser, it just sends you back to game opening screen.
Yeah, it resets the game. It's really weird.
So
yeah,
now...
ShadowFrost got the first Gooper Blooper fight. Not a lot to it. Pretty straightforward. We'll be seeing him again, so we can talk a bit more about it then.
Sure. ShadowFrost entering Rico 2.
Blooperless?
So I'm fairly certain he's gonna go for it. Or not.
He did the blooperless entrance, but he's using the blooper on the race. So yeah, you can do this level without a blooper by going on top of the walls, and it's a few seconds faster, and it looks really neat.
Yeah, and you need to hit these couple of the checkpoints to make sure you actually finish the race.
Yeah, there's 2 checkpoints. You only need to go out of your way for the first one. The second one is very close to the finish. 24 on the in-game timer. That means it was a pretty decent race.
Definitely. If you do it blooperless, you go under 20 seconds in game time.
Yeah. But the timer also starts a little bit later, so you're not saving all of that time. But yeah, you're still saving a few seconds.
That's true, and you have to set up yourself to get up there.
Yeah. Yeah, JustNymph also defeating Gooper Blooper. Straightforward fight, so doesn't look like either of our players had any trouble with it. Now we're gonna see Cage skip.
And the shortest shine in a game, at least in any person.
I think it's... I don't know if it's the shortest.
Well, Shadow Marios are sure.
Yeah, like, I think you can get a 47 segment on this, and I don't think you can get a 47 on any of the Shadow Marios, but there are Shadow Marios where you can get a 48. So it's really close, but I think this is the shortest shine, yeah.
Yeah, at least one of the short. At least one of the shortest, we can say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I forgot Shadow Marios being really short.
Alright, JustNymph deciding to use the blooper here to go into the Safari. It's only loses about 1.5 seconds, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and in a racing it might be a little bit scary to go for blooperless rat to entrance.
Yeah, definitely.
And in my opinion, one of the hardest secret levels in a game, Rico Harbor 4.
Bianco Hills and Noki Shadow Marios are both 47 as well, according to Megalovatar. That's true. I forgot about the fast kill on Bianco. All right. Ooh, gets a slow roll out there. I wonder if that was intended by ShadowFrost. Looks like he's doing all right, but
maybe he mistimed the rollout. I might be wrong.
Yeah, he still gets the cycle though. I assume he was going for yellow cycle. Blue cycle is pretty hard.
Yeah, and it is really scary with all those jumps there.
Yeah, like it didn't look like he missed the input, so I think that was intended. That's interesting. I've never seen that. But yeah, next up, the rematch, and this is probably the lamest rematch, at least in the speedrun, because it's literally exactly the same, except you have to pull on Blooper's mouth a little bit longer. Casually, he does like this this spinning attack that he doesn't do in the first fight, but you don't get to see it in the speedrun, provided that it's played properly.
I really like the movement to go to Blooper. Ooh,
Yeah, that movement's really cool.
He bounced on the tentacle.
Ooh, that's not gonna work. Yeah. Oh wow, that's side flip though. Swag.
Everybody has their like, even in Blooper fight, everybody has their way to deal with them.
That was funny.
Like one time I see someone cramponing all the tentacles off, then just grab them out.
Yeah, I mean that's how you're supposed to do it casually. You're either supposed to stomp them all or pull them all off.
Oh, Nymphs didn't get the side flip he wanted, or a ball jump,
Yeah.
so he has to go for a backup.
Getting into that tower can be tricky at times. Oh, it gets stuck on the wall there.
That corner is weird.
Yeah, I've like bonked on that corner so many times. It's really annoying. Let's see if Nymph can get the same cycle that ShadowFrost got. Yellow cycle. Ooh. Okay, he made it. That looked a little sketchy to me. I did the triple jump, so he got more distance than with a spin jump. I forgot about that for a second. Yeah, looking like a yellow cycle to me.
Choice.
Whoa!
Oh, that was scary.
He was lucky that he bonked there, actually. If he hadn't bonked, he would have died. Wow.
I saw that coming when he was sliding there, and I hoped he was going to bonk, and he did.
Next level bonk strats. That's crazy.
Frost is
Alright,
doing
ShadowFrost. Yeah.
Equal 6
Oh,
red
crap.
points. This was a pain when we were a child. When I was a child, this was such a pain. Shine. It wasn't only the red coins, but getting that shine was the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. I don't remember having trouble with it as a kid, but maybe I did, I don't know. I think the more memorable, like, annoying shines are stuff like Pachinko and Lilypad and Pianta 3.
Pachinko and Lilypad. One of those at least.
Yeah.
You see runners picking up only Green Blooper, and why is that? Because it has the best handling, and you can actually boost you can actually hold up and have the max speed, which in red Blooper's case, it always has the max speed, you cannot slow down. And I'm not sure about yellow, but it doesn't have a good handling, so that's why.
Yeah, yellow is in between. It's got medium handling and medium default speed.
Oh yeah. Then green is just, you can just hold up and
Yeah.
have the best handling at the same time.
Green is objectively the best.
Frost getting a quick kill. That's always the spot where it stops. Unless you go for a quicker kill.
Yeah, you can do like an insane quick kill, but it's really hard there. Alright, ShadowFrost finishing up Rico.
I would say this is still a race, even Nymph is just behind a couple shines.
Yeah, definitely. There's only a minute between these two guys. It's like one Shadow Mario, that's a minute.
Yeah. We still have Bianco 6, Secret, Sirona Beats, No Kipe, Corona coming up.
So back to Bianco 6. Now that we don't have to worry about event cutscenes anymore, because we've passed the 20 shine mark, so there's always going to be an event cutscene in the plaza now. And we'll be doing the Secret of the Dirty Lake, I think is what it's called. This secret's pretty hard. There's a pretty hard jump at the start here. Let's see how it goes for ShadowFrost. Oh wait, JustNymph is actually 2 shines behind. I thought he already completed Rico 6. My bad.
Interesting strat to get on a cube.
Yeah, I guess he's not very confident. Ooh.
That was sketchy.
I guess ShadowFrost not confident with getting a ledge grab on the cube. He nearly got pushed off there. That was really close.
So now the cycle for these red and blue platforms are a little bit different than he's probably used to. So let's see how he's gonna handle it. Oh no!
Oh, he misses. Well, now they're about a minute, maybe a minute and a half apart.
I would say so. A death in this kind of secret, where you have to wait with a cube, is really punishing.
Yeah, dying there loses about 50 seconds.
So Nymph has a time to catch up. Oh, he messes up. Misses the quick kill for Shadow Mario.
Okay, but he gets him on top of the boat. It's not the worst. Does lose some time though. That's funny actually, because that is without a doubt the easiest quick kill.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, ShadowFrost getting it the second time around, so manages to keep his lead. Yeah, there's still about 2 minutes between these guys. A little bit less, I think.
Roughly 2 minutes.
We still have some juicy RNG coming up, and some hard levels as well, so...
Oh, I can just imagine what that RNG is.
I don't think we've seen anything too crazy on King Boo in the tournament yet.
I haven't heard of anything crazy from it either. Nothing crazy like 10 cycles.
But who knows? This might be the case.
What has
We'll
been
have
your
to see.
first King Boo cycles?
I don't remember. I think it's like 9. I don't think I've ever hit double digits.
I think I never hit that high, but I got like 7 or 8.
Yeah, mine's somewhere around there. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember the exact number. Alright, so this is the only thing we need Yoshi for in the plaza, just to unlock Serena Beach. So there's this big old pineapple here. You can actually get into Serena Beach without eating that pineapple, but you would have to do it every single time, and it takes a while, so it's faster to just get Yoshi and eat the pineapple.
And to get to early Serena Beach, you have to be in that specific state of the Delfino, which is the Shadow Mario chase. Shadow Mario has to chase Peach chased, so he kidnaps Peach, and that's the only state where you can get a skip for some weird reason.
You're actually wrong, because that used to be the case, but there's a setup now that allows you to get it in any version of the plaza.
Well, I'm old school, so I don't know the new stuff.
But yeah, for a long time, there was only one way to get in there, and indeed, it required a very specific version of the plaza. Which, whenever, like, stuff changes in the plaza, that's actually a different version of the plaza, much like how the different episodes in each of the worlds are all their own version of the world. And some of the versions of the plaza are, like, a little bit outdated, I guess. Like, they weren't fully updated in development, so you can clip into some stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to.
One thing I remember was, like, Shine Cane being really weird in a first person of Delfino. You can wall jump out of that one spot which you're not able to. In a
Yeah, you can wall kick off of more stuff. You probably fixed that pretty late in development just to make sure, quote unquote, that you can't get onto the Shine Gate early.
Yeah.
Of course, we can still do it.
So ShadowFrost in Manta Ray, and interesting about Manta Ray, sure it has RNG, but it's also about your positioning and how well you're spam spraying. And well, the RNG is that how they separate after you spam spray them.
Yeah, their movements are also luck though, so there's actually quite a lot of luck, but the way you play the level is also very important.
An interesting part about that first Yoshi in Delfino He always wants banana.
Yeah, he always wants a banana, and there's a banana in that tree right there, so it works out really nicely.
So ShadowFrost is done with 0-1, meanwhile Nymph is starting it. Just a 2 minutes different, roughly.
Yeah, well, maybe Nymph will get a bit of a better Manta fight, because the one that ShadowFrost got was definitely improvable.
Definitely. We'll see how he's gonna handle next Shine 0-2.
Yeah, this is another hard secret.
Not only the secret, but also the entrance is one of the hardest. I wonder what kind of strat he's gonna go for the entrance.
I'm gonna assume that he's going to just try to do the wall kicks with the boo bounce. Oh, no, wait. Ah, I see. He was trying to do an alternate version where he sprays the boos and then goes for the wall kicks, but he actually missed the first wall kick. Interesting.
Yeah, that's like one of the ways to do that. The fastest way would be the bounce, like you touch the chains, then you wall kick there.
Yeah, instead of spraying the boos, you can bounce on one of them and then do the wall kicks. It's like Nymph is getting bullied by the Manta a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like when mantas are when mantas are purple or pink or red or whatever color you want to call them, then they're gonna homing attack too, I guess, or just attack you.
Yeah.
They don't run away.
Yeah, they're all gonna come towards Mario, which is why you want them to be purple as soon as possible, so that you can like round them up very easily.
Yeah, the smallest one are just gonna run away if they're not purple.
ShadowFrost getting a decent Serena 2, no death, which is the important thing.
The question in the chat, so after each event cutscene the plaza is slightly different. Basically, after Shadow Mario chase, the plaza changes, and it's different also when before you start the chase, and when Pinna Park opens, plaza is different again, I think.
Yeah.
Then in the end game, when you have basically opened Corona Mountain, the stage changes once again. There's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, and there's also the Flood, technically, which is another different version.
Yeah, so there's like 4 or 5 different Delfinos.
I think in total there's like 8 different maps. I don't know like what each one of them is, but yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah. I wasn't sure, was it that many? I heard like
yeah,
5.
I've looked at the files before, and I've seen like, I think one of Red Fuzzy Dice's videos, maybe he talked about it. But yeah. There's a bunch. See how Nymph does here on his Serena 2. Looks like he's taking it pretty safe.
We skipped or missed ShadowFrost doing banana split.
I will see it again.
Nymph doing it.
But yeah, on Serena 3, normally you're supposed to go on this wild goose chase trying to find a pineapple so you can feed Yoshi. But instead you just use a banana to clip through the wall. We'll be seeing Nymph doing it in just a minute.
Meanwhile, Frost is in a casino, entering the secret. And with all the way.
So this is actually a pretty big skip here. Going over this entrance here. Called that casino clip. Normally you'd have to play the mini games in the casino in order to unlock that pipe, and oh boy, those mini games suck.
Yeah, they do. And not only there's 2. Oh no! So not only there's like 2 mini games to open the way to pipe, but you also have to open one more. What is the thing called? But whatever, you have to get the shines up there before you actually get to pipe.
Yeah, you have to play 2 slot machines, and then you have to play like this kind of flip the panel minigame where you need to spray some panels to flip them all around, but the physics on that thing are really bad. Like you spray one panel and then like 5 others just start flipping for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, and let's not miss this. Nymph is gonna go for a banana split.
Yeah, so I think
Oh, no.
originally, oh, that was unfortunate. I think originally people called this banana skip, but then people were like, hey, let's call it banana split because that's funny.
Yeah. So what is gonna happen here? He throws banana out of his hand when he's at peak of the back flip. While holding down in a specific timing, he clips through.
Yeah, so because you're throwing the banana, it kind of pushes you back, and the wall is very thin at the top, so it just pushes Mario through.
And ShadowFrost is starting our favorite kind of boss in this game.
RNG boss!
RNG. Gimpu, pretty much just nothing but RNG. It is weird,
this,
so... Yeah, go ahead.
This boss is literally a slot machine, you'll see.
Interestingly though, it's more likely to get a better, like 0 cycles than 1 cycles.
Actually, yeah, they're about the same. There's a very small difference. There's about 30% chance to get 0 extras, about 30% to get 1 extra, and then like about 30% to get anything over 1.
So it's kinda unlikely to get so many extra cycles.
Yeah, like each extra cycle is like increasingly less likely. The average that you get here is 1 extra.
ShadowFrost is cancelling that cycle. It is technically not an extra cycle because you cannot get a fruit after fruit. After a fruit, you basically damaged Gimpu. Then he's gonna give you something. He's never gonna give you another fruit. But after that so-called non-extra cycle, he will probably give you something else. Or of course you want a fruit, and that's not an extra cycle.
Nope. We're still on perfect RNG. This is the last chance to get an extra cycle. And no extras for ShadowFrost. Very nice.
The perfect block for Gimpu.
Unfortunate for Nymph. Because I think he was probably banking on this to maybe help him catch up.
Yeah. And you cannot rely on Gimpu, kinda.
Yeah, definitely not. Can't rely on him on PB pace, and you can't rely on him in a race.
I guess we will explain about that canceling extra cycle there. What's the difference there if Nymph ends up getting an extra cycle? Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't want to.
We don't want him to either. We want this race to be close.
Yeah, of course. ShadowFrost meanwhile going to scrap the beach.
Yeah, so there's actually a version difference here. On the Japanese version, this level's a lot harder. You need to clean more goop. But on the other versions of the game, they made it easier because it was too hard. So
Yeah,
it's actually faster because you need to clean less.
You have to like clean the beach 99% out of the goop, out of the dirt. Then in English versions, American and European version, you have to spray 95% out of that, which is a huge difference for sure.
Yeah, if you look at like how much goop there is. Alright, 219 by ShadowFrost.
Oh, that is...
See, Nymph just got an extra cycle, so as soon as he saw that he did not get fruit, he immediately ran underneath King Boo. Whereas normally, if it's not an extra cycle, you have to wait for King Boo to spit out whatever he's going to give you, so that the game realizes like, oh, you got something other than fruit. Now I can give you fruit again on the next cycle.
That is indeed how it goes. If you take a little bit too much damage, I can't remember, was it like you need to have 4 health or 3 health left?
Yeah, I think it's either one. I think it's 3, but it might be 4. But yeah, if you're low health, then he's like almost guaranteed to give you a bunch of coins. Did he just triple jump on that bubble?
I think he did. That looked funny, but it was just one extra cycle.
That was amazing.
For a nymph.
Ooh, misses the durian.
It's kind of hard to get the pepper, I guess, than a brute to hit the Kimbu while the machine things are moving.
Yeah, you definitely want to ground pound those purple panels. Looks like ShadowFrost got a pretty good Shadow Mario. It did bonk on him, though.
ShadowFrost is done with Sirena Beach. An upcoming stage is Noki Bay. One of my favorite stages.
Noki Bay is definitely cool, but it's also very hard.
Yeah, it's really cool. What I really like about that stage is that it has no RNG. It's just relying on your movement.
Yeah, there's a very small chance that you get messed up by some blobs in this level, but other than that, there's no luck.
Yeah, that luck is only in episode 1.
Ooh, let's grab. But yeah, ShadowFrost is not going for the first cycle, so you can still make the second cycle. Ooh, that might make it more tricky though.
That is usually kind of rollout. That is just like, why me?
Ooh.
Why?
These good balls are not nice.
They're not happy to see ShadowFrost here.
Triple jump, interesting.
So that Mole is basically in a cycle as well when he wants to shoot those balls, I guess. And you can make the earliest possible cycle when he already shot the last one. But it's really strict to get to. Needs to be a perfect movement.
Yeah, it's really
difficult. Then after that is just a basic early cycle, which everybody usually gets.
Advanced players, at least. But yeah, this is definitely a hard level, one of the more technical ones. It has very difficult movement.
Indeed.
And yeah, no mole skip there.
No mole skip there. Nymph finishing Sirena 7 really soon.
Yeah, I didn't see what time he got on his Sirena 6.
I missed it too.
If anyone in chat saw, let us know.
So this is supposed to be ShadowFrost's third rematch, the second rematch, should I say, with Blobber, but we're just gonna get a no thanks and click through walls.
Yeah, normally there's a Goober Blooper fight in this level, but there's also a spring in this level, and well, we'll see what we can do with that in a second.
Chat says 218. Thank you.
Dang, a second slower than Frost. Rip.
And clipping through walls is kinda nice sometimes in speedrunning perspective.
Yeah. So this shine is always there. Normally when you beat the boss, you unlock the way into that room, but with the spring, you can just clip through the wall and get into the room anyway.
It's unfortunate that shine is not available in episode 1. Will be on one shine skip, but they only made sure that those specific signs for each episode are only there available.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like theories about skips that unfortunately weren't able to be realized because the programmers of this game did a pretty good job at locking stuff off for the most part. We've had to search very, very hard for all this stuff that has been found.
Yeah, and they really made a good job to make sure there's no skips found, but Gelato Peach has happened. I'm curious though why they put that shine there and being it physical. I guess they wanted to just tease us.
Yeah. I'd say that it's probably a holdover from early development, and they just figured that it looked nice having the shine there.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, you know, I can understand it definitely from a gameplay or a game design perspective. It's like, oh, that shine, I want it. How do I get it? And then you have to wait. Like, you're not gonna find out until the very last shine in that world. Then you're like, oh yes, I finally got it.
Need to get that watermelon all the way down.
In one shot, right?
What a reward! Exactly, one shot.
But yeah, ShadowFrost looked like he got a decent Nogi 3. That level is basically a tutorial that teaches you how to use the underwater controls, because right afterwards you need to fight the eel, which is an underwater boss fight. And the eel is tough. We're probably going to be seeing 5 Teeth strategy from ShadowFrost, so let's see how he does.
Yeah, we'll see. I have a feeling he's gonna go for 5 Teeth, unless he's comfortable at doing 6 Teeth, which is really... It has a really strict timing.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't do that.
You need to be really fast with spraying all those 6 Teeth before he closes his mouth, or forces. Basically, when he jumps kinda up, he opens his mouth, and there's a timer going on for eel. When he starts to close his mouth, or well, not close his mouth, but start to like, what is that called? But let's see what he's gonna get here.
Yeah, 5 Tooth it is. Yeah, it's actually not a timer. It's as soon as you clean any of the corner teeth, then he will try to eat you, except for the gold tooth. The gold tooth doesn't do that. Well, there's also kind of a timer. I don't know. It's complicated. This fight's complicated, but despite how complicated it is, that was almost a flawless 5 Tooth, but he does not get the cutscene skip.
He wanted to take damage from the tooth, but unfortunately he didn't hit those hitboxes. The Tita has really good hitboxes. So he didn't get a cutscene skip. He wanted to take damage, and with those invisibility frames, or like when he has taken damage, he's basically flashing red. Those are the frames you want to get, so you get the cutscene skip. It's weird how it works like that.
You can see right now he has to fall all the way down to the shine, and if you get the cutscene skip, you're not really skipping the scene, but you can move while it's happening, and you don't get warped all the way up, so you can just go to where the shine is going to appear right away, and then you don't have to fall all the way down.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it has happened for casual players by accident, without even realizing what happened. Then later on, they play again.
Definitely on PAL and NTSCU. Because the air damage.
Yeah, the air damage is kinda weird, and it has way less frames in the Japanese version, being it like half a second, which is like no time for reacting.
I think it's like less. I think it's like 3 frames or something.
I heard from my timing, it's just a long time ago, it was 12 frames, but I might be wrong, of course.
Okay, 12 frames, yeah, that's 0.4 seconds.
But it's still not enough for being able to react to it, still.
Yeah, it's really little. Alright, another Piantissimo race. He takes like 35 seconds here, so even more lenient than the first one.
Just gonna chill here in a black bowl for a while.
Alright, let's see how Nymph does on eel. I think his game is actually cut off a little bit on the right side. Just noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Taking hit by that kind of bubble refreshes your air meter.
Yeah. There's like clean air that comes out of them, and you just fall right through it, and it refills your air.
Yeah. So let's see how he's gonna be able to start this fight.
Clean 2, 3.
Clean all the
4.
Then go for the 5th one. Oh.
Oh, barely doesn't get it.
That's 5 right now.
Oh, wait. That was weird. He could have gotten it still.
I think it would have made it to go down. I'm not 100% sure. Eel is really weird. Like,
yeah.
You understand?
Either way, this is still looking pretty good.
Looking really nice. Going for a 7th dude. He's really low with health.
Yeah, let's see if he goes for the cutscene skip. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, just gonna cut his losses there.
Yeah, I understand his perspective. He probably didn't want to go for it.
All right, Noki 6. This is a very hard secret. It's at the very end of the run, so if you're like gonna PB, then you're super nervous and you gotta do this really hard level. Misses the rope there. It's kind of annoying because it's hard to get back on there.
Yeah, it's like the rope has really weird mechanic there. After a vault, it kind of doesn't want to grab you.
Yeah, you really need to ground pound it.
And this secret, oh boy,
we could have gone for like a delayed blue cycle there. Oh, he falls down. That sucks. Doesn't die though.
Yeah, it's better than dying for sure.
Wall kick. I respect that decision. I've seen a lot of people, including myself, die there because they try to spin jump onto it when like you're not doing your normal movement. It's like really easy to die on.
Yeah, you have to kind of improvise your movement if you drop down, since the cycle is really off from what you've been practicing.
Alright, solid backup. Keeps his cool. Very good.
Very good. Nymph starting Pianissimo race.
Let's see if Nymph does any swag here. ShadowFrost went straight for the flag. Looks like Nymph's doing the same thing. I always like it when people go inside of the bouncy platform.
I actually still want to know how to do that.
You kind of like sidestep on the side of it. It's strange. I've done it before, but I don't know exactly how it works. Very nice quick kill there by ShadowFrost.
Yeah, very nice quick kill. If you don't get it on that spot, on the second spot before he starts climbing up, you have to just wait all the way up there before he when he stops jumping. And by beating Shadow Mario in every stages, Shadow Mario causes the flooding in Delfino Plaza and opens Corona Mountain.
Yeah, so this is very obviously a different version of the plaza.
It's obvious.
Completely flooded. I still would like to know how that works, because Delfino Plaza is like, you know, it's a beach. It's connected to the ocean, so it's like the entire like water level in the ocean has gone up. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Strong tides, I guess.
Do you know where
Corona goes?
Yeah. Do you know the location of 100 coins for Flooded Plaza? It's actually interesting.
I don't think I do. Where is it?
It's on top of the statue. Bianco Hill statue.
That's cool.
It's an interesting location, I have to say.
Alright. Manages to get through the first section. And looking like a good speedboat.
Oh, that was really close, but he made it.
Like 2 close calls.
And here he's storaging rocket jumps and just flying all the way up there.
Yep, rocket storage. Very cool trick. That was discovered in 2016, I want to say?
One of the newest, I would say. Storaging by standing, at least.
Yeah.
I think the original storage was found earlier by jumping.
Dare you disturb my family vacation?
Alright. Final battle with Bowser. In a bathtub.
Get it up.
Yeah, you just need to ground pound these 5 spots.
After every ground pound, it can be a little bit scary because you might be bouncing after a ground pound, which I still don't know what's causing it. Then that bathtub water, I guess, can hit you as well. It has an
bath
RNG.
water, toxic materials. Alright, and with that, ShadowFrost finishes with a 124.08. A respectable time. Let's see if he wants to jump in voice with us.
Nymph didn't get an early kill for Shadow Mario, so he has to kill him all the way up here.
Yeah, it looks like he knows the backup though, so that's good.
GG's to ShadowFrost.
124.08. Yeah, GG. A respectable time. Let's see if he wants to... Why am I hearing myself? What's going on?
Oh no, Vlad, don't die. No. Bible dump.
That was weird. I could hear myself there for a second, but I don't know why. It's like ShadowFrost not replying right now. So let's check out Nymph's Corona Mountain. This race ended up being pretty darn close. If Nymph gets a good Corona, they're going to be about 3 minutes apart, which, you know, their PBs are 4.5 minutes apart. So definitely a strong showing from Nymph.
Yeah, definitely a strong showing. Let's see how he's gonna handle Corona Mountain.
Looking about the same, and ShadowFrost is in voice. Hey.
Hey, congratulations, ShadowFrost.
No microphone? Mic issues. All right, get that sorted out while Nymph finishes. All right, speedboat. Oh,
no.
Crashes. Let's see if he knows the backup.
It seems like he knows.
Oh, that was a bad angle, but he notices it quickly. All right, second try. Oh, that looks decent. Yeah, very good.
Very nice backup.
A lot of respect. There's too many players who still don't know that backup, in my opinion. And it's really cool. And it's not that hard, in my opinion, either. So, if you speedrun this game, learn that backup. Oh, hey, ShadowFrost.
Hi.
Oh.
Can hear you now.
But yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking. GG.
Yeah, no matter.
GG.
How do you feel? How do you feel about that race?
I was pretty nervous at first, making a lot of sloppy mistakes, but felt like endgame I caught my nerves went a bit away and got some better gameplay in the end.
Yeah, it tends to be like that in my experience for these races.
Yeah, for a tournament races, that can be a case. Being nervous in a start, then you just get a little bit comfortable towards the end.
So what are your thoughts on that run? Like any things that stood out in terms of how good or how bad they were?
Well, EYG, that was a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That was close. That was close.
Took a few attempts, but luckily no soft lock, which I was for some reason very scared for. But
yeah, your opponent actually came pretty close to soft locking. When he was on the platform, he jumped, and we were both like,
that was a gasp. That was a gasp there.
oh, Bowser with the synchronized ground pound there. Nymph finishes with a 128.19. That was a good race. You two were actually quite close until Yoshi skip. And then Nymph unfortunately had to exit area twice.
Oh, yeah, that hurts.
But up until that point, it was very close. And then there were a couple of spots where you lost some time, and he caught back up to you. So, but let's hear it from the man himself. Hello, JustNymph. GG.
GG.
Ah, hello.
Hello.
That was
Well played.
interesting.
It was though. It really was.
I think it would have been a lot closer if I didn't fail Yoshi skip twice. I don't know how I did that.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, these things happen. I think you played pretty darn well. So,
Thanks.
yeah. What are your what? How else? Wow, I can't talk right now. What other thoughts do you have about that run other than the Yoshi skip?
I heard you talk about the jump on the Yoshi go round. I was actually checking how far ahead Shadow was. And then I grabbed my controller again. I pressed A by accident. I thought I screwed it all up.
I was scared when he jumped. I was like, no, don't.
Yeah, that was almost a soft lock, but it worked out, so
It worked.
thank goodness.
There were a lot of parts that I could have improved. Actually, this run, I improved my summon best to a 120, so
Nice.
Very good.
there's that.
Yeah, I talked about it a bit at the start, but your improvement has been quite fast, because you started running in November, right?
In November, yes, I think.
Yeah, your first
practiced
PB,
well.
7th of November on speedrun.com.
Yeah, I practiced like
So-
a week before that, and then I just started running.
Yeah, and now you have a 125. Sum of best 120s sounds good. So, let's see. Your next opponent is going to be either Ouija or Bando. Most likely going to be Bando.
yeah.
So how do you feel about that matchup?
I don't know. What is this time?
Let me look.
I'm assuming it's higher than mine because I'm in the middle bracket.
He has a 140, so I think your odds are good there.
Oh, okay. If I somehow lose that one, that's gonna be painful.
Yeah, but then in the third round, you're facing a potential rematch against ShadowFrost. So what do you think? You think you can beat this guy the second time around?
I mean, I have 2 weeks to practice till then, right?
That's the spirit.
Well,
That's what I want to
happen.
hear. All right, very good, very good.
Definitely gonna try.
All right, let me look at the schedule here real quick, because we do have another match coming up later today. At 8 p.m. Eastern, we've got Volcara versus Jay Buzzybee, and that's going to be commentated by Libra and Brigai, and that's a pretty hot lineup for commentary. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch that one live myself, because, you know, I got to
Me neither.
sleep and all. But for those of you who are either staying up late or for those of you who are in America, I definitely suggest checking that one out. It's going to be on Speed Gaming 4 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, do you guys have any closing remarks?
Nope.
I don't think so, no.
Sambo?
I joined in after like Honey Skip was so. It was really fun to commentate with you, Judge, and nice race, guys.
Yeah, I had fun too. And I hope you guys did too with the race.
Definitely.
It was definitely a fun race.
All right, well, with that, I'm going to bid everyone adieu. Thank you for watching. Thank you for racing. Thank you for commentating with me, Samurai Man. I have been Dutch J. And yeah, have a nice day.
Have a nice day.